Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, my royalty, my lovelies. How are you? Okay, yeah, let's get some petty, scorching hot, bubbling tea out. And if you like it cold, just hold the ice. Yeah, hold on the ice. So, this is gonna be a post Valentine's, but yeah, it's like I'm gonna do like Valentine's month. I'm gonna do like how us black people, us beautifully melanated people do with our birthday. Yeah, because we do the birthday month. Yeah, we do the month. So for me, Valentine's Day and well, African American month to me it's all year round. So I'm especially gonna talk about it more. But this is kind of like a Valentine's Day extended episode. But I'm probably gonna do maybe a special one for love of self as African American women because I think we need as many episodes like that out there. And for the haters, hi Rebecca, how you doing? Like, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, I know you don't like me, which is why I'm gonna make sure I do more of these episodes. Yeah, you enjoy calling me dumb and stuff. Yeah, you know, those jabs might kind of tickle, but you don't know what all I've been through. You're too lazy to listen to all of my episodes, so you kind of know. That's tired. It's not original. It just shows your ignorance, your stupidity, and things like that. Okay, at least, if you're gonna call me a disability derogatory name, if you're gonna call me dumb, and then you're gonna put me down because I don't really have any listeners, but then you don't take the time to listen to why I started the channel to begin with. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna be dragging her a lot lately, it's like, and hopefully, I hope she enjoys the attention. And everything is in my opinion, but when someone has the nerve to try to scare me and do some really vicious things to me, that gives me the right. That gives me the right to publicly shame her and say all of my opinion of her. And it's really funny how she specifically tried to throw hate about me to my man, but I don't think she knows. Like, honey, like, if you're gonna, halfway stalk me, well, I mean, literal, no, you're doing more than halfway. You are stalking me, and harassing me and being, yeah, just a vicious, conniving, awful, terrible bigot. But just know that my man has been to the house, has broke bread with my father multiple times. Probably will do it again this week. Yeah, because you're too busy trying to track him down. You're too busy trying to make sure you always know where he is when he's your ex. Why are you taking so much time focusing on your ex? When I break up with somebody, I celebrate my freedom. I celebrate and I try to make sure I elevate myself to the next level because, I think you're the one who tried to push him down. That's what I'm kind of, but in my opinion, but I mean, that's just from what I've noticed. But if you feel differently, this should be your time to level up. This is your time to better oneself. This is your time to try to, get like, shouldn't you be excited to maybe have your freedom to the point where you're going to make him jealous? Like, see, it's like, because I, like I've said in several episodes, like, last year alone, I had like 6 to 8 of my, because I mean, it was 8, but 2 of them, I was just like, really, you still this desperate? Like, I mean, it's like, and I mean desperate, like, because they kept trying, And one of them literally tried to blackmail. Like, I've had quite a few men try to blackmail me or try to force me to either like sleep with them or be with them, and or yeah, it's like, yeah, but catch up if you don't know. If you're brand new, check, I've got over 600 episodes. I spill my tea, and I do it as life lessons. But Rebecca's so stupid, she thinks that I'm trying to like announce me being either thirsty to have babies and stuff, when I'm really trying to tell people to know and understand yourself, educate yourself, love yourself, so that you know what love is, and so that you can know the type of person that you want in your life for the rest of your life. Something that she messed up on, because I think she lost somebody that, now she's thinking about it, and now she's like, oh, like, but I in my opinion, but if you keep attacking the woman who he's with now, that's how it looks, Rebecca. So you might need to check yourself. But just know he, like, my man has met my father, talked with my father, seen him multiple times. And so you are trying to reshape, and also it's like, yeah, I'm going to get to the main topic, but all of this kind of, like, you're going to know and understand why I'm doing this topic once but if you're going to say how my finances are, if you're going to say how I'm using my father, or that I'm just trying to get with my man just for like to get his money, like, what? You don't know me, little girl. Okay, because you have mm, the brain cells of a little girl, and you have kids. So maybe you need to grow up. Maybe you need to, mature, because the way you treat other people, you're acting like a little immature, no good, bigoted girl. So you need to, grow up. You need to evolve, mature, change, develop yourself in a new way, in a new light. Because right now you're looking really stupid. But yeah, you call me dumb. Yeah. It's like, you might think I'm dumb for doing this channel, but at least I'm able, because you know what? Since you're so upset, because okay, I'm going to get right into the subject. But yeah, just think about all of this, ladies, because you never want to get to this extent. If you break up with somebody, you need to first recognize why you broke up, what happened, and how you can either improve in the relationship, or how you can make sure that you find a person that is not like the last relationship. But you need to have self-love, which is what this episode is about. Because yeah, remember, yeah, Rebecca, as I told you, she had the nerve to call me a derogatory name for for this, the disabled community. She went there, and that's why I'm like, I don't care. I was like, 'cause at first I had respect for her, because I'm like, you know what, I know the heartbreak with divorce, and I was actually going to write her something to just be like, I understand the pain of the heart. I understand what you're going through, because yes, I was not married, but I dated a guy for 5 months, and I dated a guy for 7 months, or not 7 months, 5 years and 7 years. I'm sorry. I wish it was months. I was dumb enough to stay in those relationships. So you see, there were times where I was dumb, but I matured, and actually not not dumb though, because part of the reason was because the whole Christian thing, the brainwash. Like, because I mean, I am a Christian, but part of the church is the brainwashing, and I was trying to be that good Christian girl, even though I knew those relationships. Like, yeah, yeah. So I learned a lot. So now I know who I need, and it's not just based off of religion. Yeah, because now I love myself enough to know the type of person I need, and it's not based off the good book. Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, it's like, But I mean, find someone. It's like, because there are some religious people who are, that's exactly what they want. They're gonna go by Psalms and like and dig into like certain scriptures and things like that and chapters and stuff. So I to me, I'm like, do what your heart says. Do what your mind and heart says. Okay, because that's part of self love, knowing who you want and need, and not settling. Because remember, this government doesn't care about women and women's rights and our right to understand who we are, to make sure we find someone. Because now they want to try to give us a deadline of finding love, but then they forget the divorce rate is already high. But then they want to say, if you divorce, because they have that whole baby money thing, but you can't divorce, like once you divorce, and then if you have kids with someone else, then that child doesn't get like, so they're literally trying to trap you with one. But then what about your safety and security and things like that? How about if he decides to leave you? What about like, yeah, there's so many questions, which is why I have this channel, so that I can try to at least share like a little advice. Because again, 5 years, 7 years. And the 7 year guy, the stupid things he tried to force me and try to tell me. And he, like, and the thing is, yeah, Rebecca kept saying that I'm just trying to get the money. Really? You don't know me, honey, little girl. You didn't listen to any, like, because you listened to the episodes I guess you wanted to, which, but if you're going to do your research and talk about me, know about me, because you don't know anything about me because you were so lazy with what you got. Because now you're trying to say that I'm using my dad for his money or whatever, or that I live off my dad's money. Like, you don't know me. And then you're saying I'm dating him for you. You really don't know. Like, see, some men know a good woman because that woman's going to uplift them, and you don't realize the type of relationship and marriage that I love to study are the Obamas. There are a few relationships, but the Obamas is like, especially Mrs. Obama being a lawyer, and actually she worked at the firm before Mr. Obama. Oh yeah, you need to watch the documentary. It's absolutely beautiful and amazing. But it showed how they encouraged each other, and the way they discussed. And sometimes like Mrs. Obama would be thinking, oh, is he thinking romantic thoughts? And no, he's thinking about how he can help and protect the community. And it's like, but at the same time, she was a brilliant woman, and he encouraged her. He was a cheerleader for her. You missed out on that with your ex. He has a lot of characteristics like him, I've noticed. I know you've known him for so many years, but, and maybe that's why you hate the fact that I'm dating him, because you know that part about him, but then for some reason you took advantage, or you just, yeah, you put him down. Like, you missed out on an amazing man. But yeah, that was your mistake. That was your bad. But okay. I just encourage to guys, like, when you break up with somebody, you have to have self love for yourself. Encourage yourself to improve, to learn from the mistakes. If you were the one who either like messed up the relationship, learn from it, grow from it, and allow that other person to heal and move on, because they might be hurt too. Because you might think you're hurting. Think about them. Think about them. Okay, because remember, Mr. Lockakey, he was too busy with his addiction. And remember, I didn't want to date him in the first place. He was threatening he was going to get rid of his life. He was going to, take himself out if I didn't date him. That man owes me money. But then, yeah, he took like, and so ladies, okay, have enough self-love so when you do date someone new, because yeah, trust me, I'm still getting to know my man. And we both have talked about like our imperfections. We show like we talk and share our true selves, because I told him, don't wear the mask. A lot of men, they carry a mask of them being perfect. And I know, like, I'm not perfect. I'm going to show you I'm not perfect. I don't, because I'd rather show you who I am immediately so then we can, because especially as you get older, you're just like, I don't have time. I don't have time for the games. I don't. My heart, no, I'm good. No. It's like I have like the the big wall of China type of, like, I got, yeah, the Great Wall of China, that's going on around my heart right now. It's like it's still coming down. It's like because I've been through so much. But I would suggest like finding maybe a hobby or something to let out the emotion and the anger. Have a diary, either like it could be of either your what goes on day by day. It could be your emotions. It can be like an emotion calendar or something. Like, yeah, because like even a daily calendar in each space, right? How did you feel? What angered you or made you happy or sad or whatever each day of the month, so that you can like just know how was this month and how can you make it better. Find some hobbies, like, because hobbies, you get to know people. If it's like if you're an extrovert and stuff, you might decide you might just want to read by yourself, not a book group or whatever. Do something that's going to fulfill your heart and your life, and something that will allow you to express yourself and be who you want to be. Learn and embrace and enjoy life instead of attacking the new woman, the next, like, whatever. Or if you're the one that's broke up and you're celebrating, don't go back and be like, oh, I wonder how that person's doing though. I want to look at their social media because I want to see if they're miserable. I want to see if they're this, like, that's none of your bit. Like, you're no longer with that person. And yes, even if you have kids, okay, because now your mission is to make sure the kids are happy. It's like what the other parent does, like, I mean, as long as it's not endangering the kids, that's none of your business, because you're not in their life anymore in that way at all. It's like you guys share the kids and how happy the kids are, and making sure they're safe and happy, and that either they're learning and embracing and maturing and becoming the best people that they can be. Because if you're not happy, your kids see that. It's like with my parents, like I saw some things that, yeah, I wish I didn't have to see. And I have to rewire my brain from those things that I did see. And I have to learn and know what not to do because of what I saw. And so with having kids, you have to make sure that now you make sure they see your love, see how much you appreciate them, how amazing each one of your children are. Maybe ask them what their hobbies are, and maybe, like, if one loves puzzles, like maybe over the weekend do puzzles with them or something. One has video game, maybe like not the video games they play all the time, but maybe you guys can sit down, find a video game that you can play, or maybe even find an old school game and like have an hour or two where you guys play together. And it's like if one, like, even, oh, they have those beautiful Lego kits. Find a huge one and, as a family, put it together. Have team, because that has teamwork, and talk. You guys can talk about like how was school and like how was life, what's going on. Oh, what shows are you watching? Beautiful moments right there. And it allows you to appreciate what you have, what you still have right there. And if you don't have any kids, find out what you love. Okay? Embrace yourself, because I know even the emotional eating, like, I know how that is. When you're, especially seasonal depression, if you break up during the winter, oh, that hits hard. So take your vitamin D. Like, okay, ask a doctor, ask a doctor. But it's like, I know, like, vitamin D, it's like, it's like, don't look. It's like, Don't take it until after you talk to a doctor. Okay, but I'm just, do some research, ask the doctor, yeah. But get enough rest, stay hydrated, take care of yourself. Because yes, your heart might be broken, but don't break the rest of yourself to match it. It's like instead, while you take care of yourself, your heart will heal. As you love on yourself, your heart will heal. Because sometimes the best medicine is understanding yourself, treating yourself, making sure that you know what you need the most. Because if you can't do that, how are you going to know what kind of love you need? How are you going to know what kind of appreciation or like what kind of just thoughts you need that will help you get through the day? And I'm probably going to have an episode of the relationships that I love and adore and that are my goals because there's quite a few. Because even Dolly Parton, when I watch her and her man, I'm just like, yeah, that's another relationship I'm just like, that's really cool and amazing because he is her biggest cheerleader. And he, like, the way, I don't know, it's like I've seen a few episodes where the way he looks at her is like he just looks at her like she is just the most stunning gem in the world, the most beautiful star in the sky. And if you can find someone like that, but make sure you know their politics, make sure you know who they, yeah. Because sometimes they may look at you like that, but they're just lusting. So you got to make sure, check yourself, check what's going on, check the environment. But with the love, make sure you understand yourself. Make sure you go on maybe date, like find new friends, find different things, like, because sometimes if you do the same things as in that relationship, everything will remind yourself of that person, him or her. So you gotta make sure. It's like try on different outfits, try different, just try. It's like if you don't want to change anything about yourself, hey, do you, boo. I mean, I'm just giving different tips that at least have helped me. I broke up during COVID. I broke up right before I was diagnosed with something I was born with. The emotions, the heartache. It's like my heart was so broken. And I know I've said this in other episodes, but write your standards down. And it's like understand that, yes, somebody is going to be drop dead gorgeous to you, but they might not allow you to be happy for the rest of your life. Maybe for 5 minutes to an hour, but not for the rest of your life. Sometimes that passion, sometimes those looks is tempting. Kind of like a thick girl loves a nice cupcake with that good frosting, or but or well, at least a really special dish, with some calories, with some carbs in it, or some chocolate, or yeah, well, okay, I'm gonna stop there because now I'm getting hungry, but you need to, as you grow, as you age, understand who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, if you don't understand your needs, how are you going to find somebody that can complement? Because I don't like when people say, I'm finding my other half. No, find another full person, another whole. Because you're a whole individual. It's like a lot of these men, they just want to think of you as okay, man or female, like it depends on the situation and everything. It depends, like, because, so yeah, some of these women out here, Rebecca, yeah, but you You need to understand, especially what they're looking for. Ask the questions, understand where they're coming from, and then ask the question again. Like sometimes they're going to wonder and ask if you might be forgetful or something. No, you're trying to make sure it's the same story and the same answer, because some men, if they'll try to read you correctly, or they'll just keep nodding saying they agree with everything you say, that's a red flag. Because if they're just saying they agree with you, that's a hint that they're just trying to get to that point where once they show them their real selves, you're going to be too scared to leave them, or you're going to change or adapt to them, and or you're going to jump when they say jump. And this can be man or female. But remember, guys, I've only dated men, so I understand that side of the river. Okay, I haven't hopped on the other boat, So yeah, okay. But yeah, because I don't like, some men are gonna say women did that to them, and I'm sorry that happened to you. It's like I don't like. Yeah, I know that can happen to you, and so when I say him, just know I do know it can happen. So, okay, okay. Just had to explain that to all my beautiful royalty, all my lovely babies. So I hope at the end of the day be, that you find love of yourself, because if you don't love yourself, and or if you're filled with so much anger and hate and pain, it's like, how can you plant good seeds with those emotions? How can you plant good days, weeks, months, and years if you keep putting the type of seeds that grow weeds and grow poison and grow just things that's going to toxify your mind, your heart, your spirit, your soul? So that's why, especially after going through what Rebecca has been putting me through, advice that I have learned after breaking up with Mr. Lockakey and No Heart, because with Lockakey, it's like, oh, just know that some people, see, I says people this time, like, they're going to try to make sure you're never going to level up. They're trying to date you so they can keep you at their level, or they're going to push you down to appear to be a lower level. That's what both Lockakey and No Heart did. Don't allow them to do that. Love yourself enough to know when others are trying to do that. Stay away from them. They're toxic. They're terrible. Because certain people try to do that. And especially people who are too lazy to focus and put the energy upon their own identity, their own purpose in life, their own passion and goals, and self-compassion, self-love. So I just recommend that observe and pay attention to what's going on around you with certain individuals, because I told you guys about Kristen. Oh, she was yeah, she was interesting. Some people will love, well, it's kind of like a disguise. They pretend to love you, but they hate you. Till this day, I think that was what Mr. No Heart did. He saw, like, because, well, back to Lockakey though. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm switching, back and forth. But Lockakey saw that I was working on my second master's, and he encouraged me at first, but he was pretending. It was a mask. As soon as I was close to being halfway done, he would threaten to punch holes in the wall. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.